Proclamation, a revolution for evolution. We the people of Earth, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the earth. A Voice in the Dark production by Lori Elliots. We do not consent. We claim sovereignty. Proclamation, a revolution for evolution of humanity. Taken from the Constitution of the United States of America. As I read this document, I let my mind wander to, if you will, the discouraged feeling of living under tyranny to cause a document to be written in the words for any layman to understand, of which it is not supposed to be misinterpreted and misused towards the people. Just listen from your heart to these words. Proclamation, revolution for evolution of humanity. In order to form a more perfect union. This makes me think of all the places these founders came from and the type of rule they fled. What were the common rulings they wanted free from? Well, number one, religion. Religion was one. No one wanted to be told which way to worship their god or gods, goddesses, or not. Free speech. Wow, big one. You see, they wanted to be heard and valued for their thoughts. The right to bear arms so that we could fight back. Tyranny ever raised its ugly head again. We are the people of the world. We are a community of different cultures, different landscapes. We are just as diversified as a human species in sexual and religious values that may seem challenging for us to understand at times. We are, however, extremely equal in being a soul with a human experience, and we now wish for our world to begin to reflect this once again. Proclamation, revolution for evolution of humanity. We will no longer tolerate the fear-mongering, the false flags, the propaganda from any group, of which includes anyone representing a governing party. We are a united people, no more dividing with hate and ignorance. We expect there to be tolerance, compassion, and empathy, as well as cooperation and the working governments to follow through with and only with the intention of the greater good of all. We realize this task has become extremely difficult for those who are currently in the government bodies around the world. That makes decisions for us. Henceforth, we the people are in a mood to vote out all the people necessary and vote in the right people who are of intelligence and understand what it means for the greater good of all. This world and every country was built by men and women who wish to belong to a community, to have the freedoms we defend so fiercely when asked. We will not defend against unreal enemies anymore. We will, however, replace those that are in charge in this world, removing the self-seeking men and women who close their eyes to the needs of its people. No more lies, no more propaganda, and no more stripping our rights away in the name of the almighty dollar and corporate greed. We will enforce the regulations that have been ignored for too long. Regulations are created to protect the people from pollution, lack of safety and pay, let alone the earth herself and the animal kingdoms. Proclamation, revolution for evolution. We will not tolerate any longer the attempts to divide us like we are animals, too dumb to understand what you are doing. We will not any longer be made to be fools with a governing agenda that has pushed friends to turn on friends, for strangers beating up others due to the irresponsible behaviors of the men in power. This will not be tolerated any longer. We will gather and join in conversations with our neighbors, friends, and families, discussing the true issues, not the ones you force down our throats all day long in a media that is so unregulated it truly cannot be trusted any longer, nor the current government policymakers. We are a people who are proud of our differences. We do not want to hate each other. We want to work together as humans. Freedom to be themselves, to become an owner of a business, to buy a house, to have their children in good schools, to be away from the violence, to live as they are, as a supporting member of our diverse, luscious societies and countries of the world. We are not our religions. We are first and foremost humans. Neighbors, lovers, friends, and co-workers, servers of the people. We all appreciate the promise to have religious freedom, to chase the dream, and to feel safe. These are the things we are grateful for in our hearts and minds daily. We need and we will not stop until we have voted out all of our current government bodies who have not been working towards the greater good of all, and usher in a new governing force that provides these things to us again. Proclamation, Revolution for Evolution. We will not be forced into hating each other anymore. We will reach out and learn from our neighbors and friends the different things about each other so we might understand each other more. We will teach our children empathy and morals. We will teach them to center themselves with meditation. We will teach them a martial art for discipline and self-protection. We will become the greatest schools of thought, science, and the arts of every kind. No longer will we raise fighters, bullies, or persons of glory. We will teach sports that encourage our young to be team players and excel in the strength of working together, win or lose. No more 1 or 2 key players. Each player is just as important. We will rise as a humanity and an evolution through expansion and love. It is a revolution for evolution. Let us stand together and demand our rightful place on earth. We will keep in God we trust, knowing that the single word of God is representing every religious vision of their God. No one religion will claim God as the only God there is. God knows no boundaries or colors and will be represented as such for the greater good of all. Proclamation, Revolution for Evolution. The time is upon us as a race of beings to be the change, to be the evolution of our personal selves, as well as our governing bodies in this country and around the world. No more will we tolerate being considered an unworthy or insignificant to anyone. We each are necessary in the foundations of being a human society. Each of us has a right to take up space and to be at the table. So move over, those of you, and you know who you are. We, the people, are the true governors of this world. Blessings and love, Lori. Proclamation to the world is a revolution for evolution of humanity. Written by Lori Elliots. May we rise and become that which we were always meant to be, fair, just, and loving. Anything less is a crime to ourselves and to humanity, as well as all other sentient life on the planet, of which we were meant to be the caretakers of, not the kings of whatever we want. This is just the basic proclamation of a new world we hope to bring forth from these troubling times. If you agree, pass it on. Share the basics of a vision we can each hold, a feeling of camaraderie and love. For we are the power when we don't allow anyone to divide us. Question everything. Be a voice. Stand up for something. It can be anything. Just keep your intentions for the greater good of all. Proclamation, Revolution for Evolution of Humanity. Pass it on. To make a change, it must start with a basic thought that will give each of us a feeling of faith again in something bigger than ourselves, that which we, each of us, are an integral part. Let us dream big again. Let us dare to shake the old foundations that we have relied on and let them be rebuilt with better mortar, values, with better stones, morals, with better measurements, respect for all, with better designs, love. Do we dare to dream again, to reach beyond the old ways that just do not serve us? This system is only failing due to greed. We can still get back our pride and dignity for all. If we would dare to dream just a bit bigger with the greater good for all as our intention. Can you feel the new hope yet in your heart? Did it just open a little bit more? I think if you are honest with yourself, you would say yes, to read this again and again, then pass it on. Let's see if we would dare even to propose such an outlandish dream. I ask, why not? We are the power, we are the majority, we are the essence of life, and together we are unstoppable. I dare you to allow yourself the feeling of expansion in a new world of possibilities. Will it be easy? Hell no. But it will be gratifying as we conquer each new obstacle. We will build such strong hearts that in time we won't be able to divide ever again. Let us not allow ourselves to become lazy or like an ostrich with our head in the sand. Let us rise and always remember as time goes on, with each stride we take and each victory we have in the changing of the guard, so to speak, that we were moved when we found ourselves alone in the dark, that we dared to rise above and we dared to love again, everyone and everything. Blessings and love, Lori. What say ye? Proclamation, Revolution for Evolution of Humanity. Lori Elliots, me. I'm a humble woman, a mother, a grandma, an artist, and a lover of human potential. I have had a dream that was a bright new world could be. We need only hold the feeling that kind of world would give us. So allow yourself to feel a new world in which we find we are working hard again towards something invigorating and expansive. Dare to dream. Dare to be something more than you are right now. Be present, be kind, be gracious, and be alive. We are on the verge of the greatest evolution the human race has ever been through. Let us all take part in it. Let us show the universe that we are made of stardust and all that shit. Start with the basic vision of faith in ourselves and each other. Then let that grow into something bigger. Allow your heart to open to the possibility that we might be able to do it. Then begin to meditate. Allow yourself time each day to relax enough to hear the universe guide you. Practice listening and fine-tuning your intuition. And let us fly together into the unknown and create a better world for all. Remember to keep an eye out for good candidates that do not use the same crappy negative put-downs towards the other side. We need to start finding people that will fill both parties with integrity, so we are balanced once again. A golden era is at hand if we just allow ourselves to believe. Blessings and love, Lori.